Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 and the second part of this series with Newcastle United, and thanks so much to everybody for the support on the last video. It's really good to be back making videos and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Do hit the like button down below if you're happy with the Newcastle series being back and if you want to encourage me to keep making videos and getting back into the swing of it. But last time out we did excellently. We won every single game in our first 6 matches of the season. You can't complain at that kind of result, even getting 2 clean sheets in the process. And next up we are taking on Arsenal at home. It's a big test of our title credentials. At the moment we are near the top of the league. If we have a look at that league table to remind ourselves, we are 3 points behind City with a game in hand. So if we win this one, we've got a good chance of getting there, especially if we win by 5 goals, although that might be a little bit too big of an ask. And then looking ahead, the next game of this episode will probably be the Manchester City match to again see if we're able to just kind of keep up with those big teams in the league, or whether we're more like that Europa League challenger, which we're expected to be this season. I would like to finish in the top 4 if we could, but we'll have to see. The transfer window has also completely closed now, no changes from before, so the team is as it was. And if we have a look at the way we're lining up today against Arsenal, we're going to play with Isaac up top, Saint-Maximin and Fraser on the wings, then Longstaff joining Soumare in the middle with Bruno behind them, and then Target, Botman, Lascelles and Trippier in defence with Pope in goal. We've got a few knocks that we're dealing with. Burns got a fitness test, Chris Wood's got a fitness test, and then Shelvey, Willock, Joelinton and Almiron all unavailable for this one. Even Matt Target going in with a little bit of a knock. But this is a big game. We can't afford to let players sit out on this one. So it is going to be a tough match. A strong Arsenal team, not the strongest though. Saliba holding a Tomiyasu in there, El Neni in there as well, Lokonga starting. Not quite what I would have expected from the Arsenal team. A lot of really good players on the bench there, so that does give us some hope that we might be able to win this game. But Odegaard, Saka, Jesus, all going to be really tough players to stop. Although the recent clean sheets do give us a little bit of a chance. Now I've gone for the Team Talk that occasionally gives you a good boost, and because I haven't used it yet this season, it actually has given us a boost. And now we're on a good start there, but then Isaac gives the ball away, so Maximin wins it back, he's in on goal, and it is blocked there by Tomiyasu in defence, doing a good job there, just getting across. Now the ball over the top, and Jesus has got in behind, it's against Pope, and it's well saved. Pope actually made a save just like that in our last match, where we managed to get a win as well, or last match, but one anyway. So he has been in excellent form so far. It's the defence in front of him that's maybe not quite up to scratch, but we will get them there. I think we need a replacement for Lascelles in the long term. But here's Rob Holding, gets the ball away before Soumare tackles him, and Longstaff over the top. Fraser is in behind, it's saved, and Saliba clears that one away. I don't know if it's Saliba or Saliba actually, so advice in the comments please. I am famous for mispronouncing a lot of these players. I think most Football Manager YouTubers are in that bucket. But at the moment I'm pretty encouraged by that start. And then Jesus getting in behind, which has been a common issue for us so far this season. I think we're doing pretty well up to now. And ultimately, it wouldn't be a bad result to get a draw at home against a resurgent Arsenal team. You can see they're just below us, 4 points below us at the moment, and that would give us a healthy buffer over Arsenal, who are likely to be one of our top 4 challengers this season. So we're going in at 0-0. We can encourage the players with that type of result up so far. It would be nice to have a little bit more threat. You can see we're just ahead on the XG. We've had a lot more shots, but Arsenal, with the quality of their players, may be creating the better chances. Isaac now with a knock, so we will bring Wilson on. I'm just wondering if we've got a chance here with Fraser coming down the right side. Back to Trippier. Over to Soumare. He's been brought down by Rob Holding there. That is a big mistake. Holding was the member of the defence I was most encouraged to see on the team sheet. Now, are we going to get a penalty here? It is given, and it's going to be Wilson, because I didn't get to stop the substitution in time to take it, so hopefully he finishes this. Wilson, his first kick of the game is to put the penalty in the back of the net, and it's now 1-0 over the Arsenal for us here. Absolutely brilliant. Imagine coming on and your first touch is a penalty that you score. Isaac will be gutted to have been taken off just as that penalty was given, but I didn't manage to stop the change in time, and it's a good thing I didn't, because Callum Wilson there getting his first goal of the season. I do want to bring him into the rotation a bit more, but I'm reluctant to unsettle a good team, and Odegaard there just flashing it wide of the post. That's a real threat, because it only takes one good chance for one of their better players and we are in trouble. But they've moved Jesus out wide and Nketiah now up top, which does reduce their threat a little bit, puts a bit more pressure on Odegaard to do the job. And Jesus there, look, playing balls back to the goalkeeper. What is the point of spending all that money on Jesus if you're going to have him playing balls back to the goalkeeper from the wing? But here's Lokonga over the top. Trippier wins the ball. Now Fraser back to Lascelles. I think we could see a lot more injuries this season with the World Cup in the winter, don't forget. Soumare through, and Longstaff arriving, but Ramsdale with a good stop. I thought that was a little fake there from Wilson, and the ball ran to Longstaff, but he wasn't able to make the most of it. We're just going to make a couple of changes here. Take off target for Dan Burn, and we're also just going to bring on, well, it feels a risk, but let's bring Elliot Anderson on. He's not happy, so maybe he will prove a point if we bring him on in a game like this, as tense as it is. Thomas Partey tackled by Soumare. That looked like the red card animation. Soumare, though, continues his run and his effort, saved by Ramsdale there, getting down low to his left. And Bruno also just struggling a little bit in defensive midfield. So we could bring Fabian Schär on here. Ball goes forward, Trippier to Bruno. Given away, Kieran Tierney has intercepted and is charging down the left. He finds Nelson. Odegaard in behind, another chance. And Jesus has absolutely fluffed his lines there. Didn't get power behind the shot, and we've been able to hook it away, and it remains 1-0. But Nelson with the corner, and it goes. Saliba saved, and Jesus can't finish it. It's a goal kick. And 5 minutes left to survive. Now, everybody that knows me knows I do not go defensive. We keep with the game plan. We stick to the tactic. And Trippier with the corner. And it's in. It's Ryan Fraser. Kieran Trippier there. Got the ball over everybody. It looked like it was nodded on, but it wasn't. And it was tucked into the bottom corner for 2-0. Trippier whipped this over the head of Botman. And it came to Fraser on the line. And that may well have gone all the way in if Fraser hadn't hit it. But either way, it's 2-0. And this is going to be a massive win for us. 6 wins out of 6 in the Premier League at the start of the season is about as good a result as you could get. And if you think that this is because I'm an excellent manager, you are wrong. It's actually because I've got an excellent tactic. So let me know if you'd like a tactic video telling you how to set up this tactic for yourself. You can get it from FM Scout if you head over there. But so far, it's been working absolute wonders for me. And that was another clean sheet in the Premier League. So we've got Brighton and Spurs next before then taking on Man City to finish out the episode. Well, the incredible start to the season that we've had so far has continued. 2 more victories since that win over Arsenal. First off, against Brighton, we did fall behind, conceding our first goal for 3 games in the 6th minute, but Joe Willock had a quick equaliser, and there was absolutely sensational drama at the end when Sven Botman managed to score a 93rd minute winner. With 4 minutes of added time available, he scored just before the game came to an end to keep that 100% winning record alive. And then against Spurs, once more, we went behind to an early goal. That does seem to be a little bit of a theme lately. I'm just having a look. I mean, Bournemouth, we conceded early, but otherwise we're okay. It's just the last couple of games that we've maybe switched off, got used to winning too much, and we are throwing away that early advantage. But this time, Kieran Trippier scored his first free kick of the season. I'm expecting a lot more of those to come as the season progresses, but it was just outside the left side of the box, and he swung it into the far right side corner. A beautiful free kick. And then Miguel Almiron scored his first goal of the season, cutting in from the right flank where he's been playing for us, and then putting it in the bottom corner past Lloris. And then Joe Willock in the second half, just making it much more comfortable, allowing me to make a lot of substitutions, just putting the ball in the back of the net from a well-worked move. And that means that we are now at the top of the table, standing alone up there with a 100% winning record. Manchester City are still unbeaten. And we are the only two teams still unbeaten as we go into the game against them today. So this is going to be a pretty tasty fixture at the top of the table. We're unlikely to drop out of sort of second place, I would think, unless we get smashed. Liverpool, I guess, could move above us. But we're looking pretty good as a title challenger 8 games in. So I think it'll be interesting to see how we do against Man City now. If we have a look at how we're lining up, you can see we've got Isaac up top, Almiron, who's been playing well, is on the right, and Sam Axman on the left. We're risking Matt Targett today coming back from a knock. Joe Linton as well coming back from a knock. But I feel like we have to play our strongest possible team. The defence has been pretty good up to now with Dan Burn filling in at left back for Matt Targett. So overall, I'm fairly confident that we could go into this game and do well. They've got Karsdorp at right back, Diaz Laporte, and then Arke making up the defence. So their wing back positions, maybe not the strongest. And even up top, no Haaland, he must be injured. So De Bruyne, Grealish and Mahrez, they're playing without a recognised striker. That could give us some hope here. I mean, Man City are capable of dismantling any team, but they got Sergio Gomez on the bench, but there's not a lot of danger in that team. So let's. I always go for the media one when it's a big game because everything else is a bit risky, whereas that one just touches on the ego. And the teams tend to do well. I just need to slow this down a bit. I speed it up when I'm not playing. I like to watch it run a little bit smoother. So there we go. Gundogan here with the ball. We're only 5 minutes in. Are we about to concede yet another early goal here? Arke forward to Bernardo Silva. He's got 4 arriving in the box. He's found Grealish and De Bruyne just whips it past the post of Pope. Very lucky to avoid that one. De Bruyne should be finishing from that sort of position, but it could be a sign of things to come here as Jack Grealish gets in behind Trippier. He's causing trouble early on, but Trippier gets the ball away from him as he so often does, and then he's a little bit wasteful, and it's in towards Mahrez, target away, Lascelles back to Pope. He then plays it out once more. We're coming down the right-hand side quite a bit, trying to work in Trippier's strengths, but Almiron giving the ball away further back in his own half than he usually plays. Now Ederson switches the play. Isaac doing what he always does, stealing the ball from the defence. He's got it back, and now Almiron has scored. He's put it in the bottom corner. Question about offside. There may well be a VAR review here. What is VAR going to say? Goal given. He was onside. I did feel like he was onside here, but Isaac has done that so much this season, just nicking the ball off players. And then he slipped it through for Almiron. That was a tight call because he was already on the move. But a beautiful finish at his near post. And I think that's 2 in 2 games for Almiron after not scoring much so far this season. But that would be massive. That would put us 5 points clear at the top of the table if we can make this victory count. Karsdorp into Rodrigo. Back to Gundogan. He's trying to go around, but Ruben passes it over to Laporte. Is Isaac going to steal the ball again? Instead, it's cleared up field. Lascelles needs to be careful, and he did well there. And Bernardo Silva, Trippier's not quite having his best game here, and Grealish is in, and Grealish has scored. And Kieran Trippier, you know what that is? We had a team meeting, staff meeting not long before this game, and one of their recommendations was to praise Kieran Trippier's recent form. And I never do that, but with the new staff meeting system in FM23, I thought, why not? And that is exactly why not. Never praise a player and never hold a team meeting before a Champions League final. Those are the 2 things that are always true in Football Manager, and Kieran Trippier now being a little bit of a liability in defence. Can he make up for it with his attacking prowess? So here goes Target. Forwards, cut out by the defender, and now Ederson clears it away, but Soumare is going to win that, and now Almiron, he's turned, he's running into the box, he's taken out, but no penalty given. Karsdorp gives it away, and Isaac is there, and he's just missed it. How has he missed that? That really should be in the back of the net. Isaac hasn't scored for a few games. He's got the assist for Almiron here, but He's maybe losing his goal-scoring touch, and Trippier's been done again in defence. He might have to come off in a minute. Arke takes it down the left flank. Isaac tracking back in right back. Trippier's gone walkabout. Here's Grealish in, and it's saved. Excellent stop by Pope there at point blank range to deny Kevin De Bruyne. Now Bernardo Silva in, cleared away, so Maximin should be able to run that off. We're coming into half-time. It's still 1-1. I would argue that Man City have had the better chances here, but we could easily have scored 2 as well. So I'm going to say I'm happy with the performance. I might rotate Trippier off. Target's suffering a little bit. Joe Linton's not filled with energy. Isaac's now got a knock. I think it's time for a triple sub. Let's really try and get some fresh impetus into the game at this point. Joe Willock can come on, and then let's bring Manquillo on, I think, at left back. That looks like the best bet here. Go for the triple subs. You are allowed to make 5 substitutions in the Premier League now, so good to make them all at once. I think it's only 3 interruptions in the game per team. So if you do it one at a time, it's 3 substitutions, but we've managed to get 3 in at once here, so I still got a couple more subs that I can make if needed. As the ball goes forward, Trippier away, Manquillo further on. Soumare has it, and he's just gifted the ball to Gundogan. Laporte over the top, looking for Grealish. He's been causing all kinds of trouble today. He stops at the byline, pulls it back, and again, De Bruyne is wasteful. And this is what happens when you don't play with a recognised striker. Gomez now with the corner. In it goes, and it is cleared away. Almiron doing excellent defensive work there, but we are 20 minutes away from full time. It's still 1-1. Can we get a goal? We are at home. If we're being serious about our title credentials, we need to get the goal, and Willock there absolutely skews it wide of the goal. I think it is maybe time to take Trippier off if we have anybody that can play there. Schär can come in there. Yeah, I think let's go with Fabian Schär. And then in defensive midfield, we don't really have anybody to put in there. It'd have to be another attacking change. I think I'll keep the other substitution just in case we get a knock at some point. I don't want to go down to 10 men in this game. City have now used all theirs. So Maximin with a free kick in towards Almiron. It's cleared away. Willock is there. Takes it to the byline. Holds it up. It's sent across, and Wilson is there to knock it in. 10 minutes from time. He was lingering at the near post. Wilson's not played much this season, but he is a natural finisher, and that was such a comedy of errors from Man City. Willock got across, held the ball up. And Andre Silva, why are you playing that back off your own goalpost? And then rebounds to Wilson from a yard out. He can't be offside. And he just tucks it home for 2-1. That is dreadful, dreadful defending from Manchester City. And here's Pope to Botman. Can we survive the last 5 minutes? He's looking for Wilson. It comes down, and Phillips has it. He sends it all the way back to Ederson. That's where we want the ball. Back in the City half. 1-2s between Ederson and Akanji here, who's been robbed by Saint-Maximin. Wilson again. De Bruyne in with a tackle. It's through for Wilson. He's in on goal. And he's hit the post. And it's cleared away. So close there for Callum Wilson to another goal. Can we survive added time? We're looking good. And there it is. Another massive victory for us at home against Manchester City. Bear in mind, we've not done a big overhaul of the team. I mean, that's now 9 straight league victories, 10 competitive victories in a row. And what a start to the season. We're now 5 points clear at the top after 9 games, ahead of both Liverpool and Man City. We've beaten City, we've beaten Arsenal, we've beaten Spurs away. And we are genuinely looking like title challengers at the moment. Absolutely sensational stuff from the team so far. I think I will just have to do a tactic video because this tactic is sensational. We're winning game after game, and it's not too open. It's not 5-3 sort of victories every week. We've had a 5-2, but otherwise they've been quite controlled performances with good defensive stability. And we've got a nice little run of games now until we take on Manchester United back-to-back. I think a game at home and then a game at Old Trafford will be in the next episode, so worth sticking around for that. If you did enjoy the episode today, do drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But until next time, see ya.